another unlawful land grab which we cannot accept. Trade unionists, Christians, Muslims, Jews, all people must not accept this aggression. We must organise in this country to demand our government. Israeli
Speaker will be Hisham Mustafa, and he's representing the Islamic Council of Victoria. Salam alaikum. Welcome everybody. I want to ask the Zionists and their sympathisers, those without knowledge but quick to jump to conclusions, those who are too scared or lazy to think for themselves, and our government who still seems reluctant to act with an ounce of courage. What will provide the Israeli people with security? Let's think about it. You bomb the crust out of Hamas. You bomb the police stations and kill more than 165 civil police. You bomb the civil infrastructure, including more than 25 civil buildings, just because someone from Hamas poured a cup of tea in there 4 months ago. That's an educated guess. You kill 121 civilians as of 3 days ago. You blow up more than 7 mosques, 3 fishing harbours in the last week alone. Who do you think will rise from those ashes? I want to ask that question. Some pro-Israeli parties, some rosy pro-Israeli parties. You have got to be kidding. 20 years ago the PLO were terrorists. Today Israel engages with the Palestinian Authority. The same people, they're partners. Today Hamas are terrorists. In 5 years' time, could Israel be wishing Hamas was still around? They were the ones who offered a ceasefire in exchange for lifting the siege of Gaza, and who offered peace with Israel on grounds of a return to pre-1967 borders. And you've heard about the Israeli cause for war. Security, but that's very superficial. Okay, what is the real cause? Let's think about it. Okay, I want you to reflect on these facts. These are just a few. Just a few, and there's plenty more out there. You just have to look around. Okay, 60 years of relentless catastrophe. 40 years of total occupation. 40 years of settlement on 23% of the land that Israel has not annexed yet. Approaching 500,000 settlers in those illegal settlements. 237 child prisoners at this very moment in time in Israeli detention. Documented cases of child detainees tortured for confessions. For what? Rock throwing. Over 630 checkpoints and roadblocks in the West Bank. 790 kilometres of apartheid wall carving the West Bank up like Swiss cheese. Economic strangulation. Humanitarian sieges. Refugees by the millions. Extrajudicial killing. Daily humiliation. The illegal Judaization of Jerusalem, over 5,200 Palestinian deaths at the hand of Israel since 2000 alone. Okay? The abduction and detention of scores of elected Palestinian ministers from any party. Speaker.
The upper house member for Western Metropolitan, so in my region I have a lot of mosques and I've met many of you over the last 2 years, and I'm here to give a message from my heart. In the past 2 days, Bob Brown has made a number of statements about what our federal government should be doing and what they're not doing. And I'd like to quote Bob. The Greens are appalled that the Australian government has failed to condemn the bombing of the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. Australia should be taking the independent line on Gaza, not taking a cue from George Bush. We've failed over the past 8 years to bring peace to the Middle East. And in December last year, Bob led a motion in the Senate calling on the Israeli government to allow the media into Gaza. One of the problems we obviously have today is we don't know what's happening because the media are not allowed into Gaza. Both the AOP and the Liberal Party voted against that motion. What is happening in Gaza today is a humanitarian crisis. The Greens call for an immediate ceasefire, negotiation and a closing of the blockade a minute ago, I'm with a Jewish friend who has a Palestinian friend who was showing the protest from their family, saying they're trying to find somewhere safe to go today. And that's not right. People should have a right to safety. And we call on the Rudd government now to say, this is not right. The Israeli government must lift the blockade and there must be a The upper house members, while we stand here right now, our fellow humans in Gaza are being murdered and massacred by the Israeli terrorists. Israel has murdered over 470 people since their first airstrike last Saturday, and over 2,400 are injured, and the worst is still to come. Today the Israeli troops have entered Gaza. They have entered with their tanks while the airstrikes are continuing to destroy Gaza. The terror-filled days and nights of the Gazans they had this past week are only getting worse, and we all realize this. And that is why we are here standing with the Gazans while we...
The Zionist attacks targeting civilian population centres and coinciding with the end of a school day reveal a malicious intent to inflict as many casualties as possible, including on children. The Palestinian people in Gaza have faced down the siege of Gaza for more than 18 months, providing once again an example for the world that the criminal US-Israeli alliance has grown desperate to tear it down.
Down Israel!
The massacres of Palestinians by the Zionist military is courtesy of US-supplied F-16s and Apache attack helicopters. Washington sends billions of dollars in aid every year to Israel that Tel Aviv then uses to bomb the 1.5 million Palestinians in Gaza and cut off their electricity and kick them out of their homes. The Zionist attack...
Out Israel! Out Israel! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!